Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here this evening. For those that don't know me, I am Dr. Tracy Brush, Healing Hands Chiropractic and Functional Medicine, and glad to see all of you. So obviously this is a hot topic. Weight loss is a hot topic, but there's a lot that goes with it, and we're going to discuss that. But before I start any class, I do want to pray so that we are all bringing in the Holy Spirit into this place. So Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for your presence in our lives. We thank you that you give us wisdom and knowledge and strength. We thank you that you have designed this body to heal, and you've given us those tools to do that. But we know that there's sometimes interference, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to lay hands on the sick and have patients and people recover. We ask your presence to be in this place. We thank you, Holy Spirit, for guiding us, for opening up our ears and our eyes to see you and seek you. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So what I'm going to pass around, I want everyone's feet on the floor. No crossed legs. And I want your feet on the floor. So what I'm going to pass around is peppermint oil. What you're going to do with this, you're going to put a drop in your hand. You're going to rub those hands together. Don't get it too close because your eyes might water, but you're going to breathe it in. And I want you to notice as you're breathing, where you're breathing from. I would be remiss, because I'm talking about weight loss, but I have to talk about chiropractic as well, because you're in a chiropractic office. So the reason why I'm going to talk about chiropractic is if you don't have a happy, functioning nervous system, we can work on the whole gut and heal the gut and heal the brain, but if the nervous system isn't functioning correctly, it's all for naught. So obviously getting adjusted, seeing that your nervous system is functioning correctly, making sure that the brain and the body are communicating the way they're supposed to. So that is the start. So I know you haven't gotten it yet. You're going to get the peppermint in a second. But for this group here, where are you breathing from?
Give us a multiple choice.
Okay, so do you feel like you're breathing from your shoulders and your chest?
Yes.
Do you feel like you're breathing from your belly? Do you
Yes.
feel your whole body moving when you breathe?
Mm-hmm.
So I have chest, diaphragm, so more mid-body.
Belly up.
Up more in the chest.
Belly up.
Belly up. Wonderful. Wonderful. So the reason why I want you to think about that is we want to breathe from our belly up through our body. When you look at a baby breathing, how do they breathe? From here, and their whole body moves. It's so beautiful. At what point do we start breathing from our chest?
Ballet class.
Ballet class?
Yeah, you have to breathe out it through your back.
Okay.
And
So
your
you
back
expand the
seals.
back,
You expand the back. And
Okay.
everything has to be held in, shoulders down, head up, chest out, and
Breathe from here. But that creates anxiety.
Well,
Breathing from here is when you're anxious. Breathing from your belly, you're calm. So we're going to do this again. Put your feet on the floor. And I want you to breathe from your belly. So you're going to take a deep breath and let your belly expand. It'll hit the ribs. And let it out. Once again, breathe from the belly. Try to bring it up a little higher. And the third time. Try to get it into your neck. Breathe from the belly. That's the way the breath should flow. Belly up through the spine into the head. We need oxygen, don't we? We need oxygen to survive. A sustainable transformation. Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. You are here. Thank yourselves and give yourself a hug for being here. Yes. We have felt like that sometimes, right? You get frustrated, you get to the point where it's like, when is this ever going to change? I feel like I'm doing all the right things. It's my hormones, it's my body, it's what is happening. Yes. we're going to find out the why this is happening. So the root causes of weight gain.
Oh, boy.
Hormonal imbalance. So what happens when our hormones are out of balance? When our estrogen goes zoop, what happens? Cortisol goes zoop, and we go this way, right? Or we go here. And this has happened to me. The weight that used to be able to come off quicker doesn't come off so quickly anymore. And it's right here and right here. And so cortisol and thyroid work together, but everything works together. A sluggish metabolism. So if you have been through the weight loss journey and you've had your highs and your lows and your highs and the lows, your body gets immune to that. It actually stops losing weight, and you say, okay, I'm going to stop eating, or I'm going to limit my calories. But then the body goes into survival mode, and more cortisol gets dumped into your system. The foods we eat. So there's a great book called Wheat Belly. Great book. Talks about how our wheat is modified. It's genetically modified. So our body actually sees it as foreign and attacks itself. And so our body starts attacking itself because of the foods we're eating. Then we hear more and more of the autoimmune conditions. That's your body attacking itself because something's not in homeostasis. Something is not right. Our foods are not processed at all, right? You get a box of anything and just read the label if you can actually read the words on the box. And that's why I put packaged foods. Typically they are trans fats. They are canola oil, vegetable oil, corn oil. They cause inflammation throughout the body. And then sugar. Sugar's in everything, everything. And then high fructose corn syrup, which is from man, not from the earth, is corn. Corn's a trans fat. It just creates this cycle. We're really going to dive into sleep. Really going to dive into sleep tonight. And that's why I gave you peppermint, so you wouldn't go to sleep. But poor sleep, one bad night of sleep increases the hormone that says you're hungry.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Explains a lot.
So then the cravings happen. Just one night of bad sleep. One night. What's normal sleep? How many hours?
8 to 10.
7, 8.
Oh,
Yeah,
7,
and yes, they've changed the numbers, but it really is 8. Yeah, 10 would be great. Oh my gosh, that'd be wonderful. Gut dysbiosis, an unhealthy gut. When our gut's unhealthy, just everything in our body is unhealthy. Our brain is unhealthy. Our cardiovascular is unhealthy. We have more nerve endings in our stomach lining, than we actually have in our brain. That's crazy. More nerves in our gut than our brain. And so this is so important, keeping our gut healthy. And then deficiencies. If you're on medications, they're going to create a deficiency. Those deficiencies, they don't tell you, medical doctors aren't going to tell you about. So I'm just going to say the main thing that people are on are, what's the main drug?
Statins.
Ding, 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 ding. And high blood pressure. So high blood pressure meds are going to deplete you of vitamin D. They're going to deplete you of K. Statins are going to deplete you of CoQ10. You need CoQ10 for your brain. You need it for your immune system. And so it depletes you, and you need it for your heart. So it depletes you of those things you need for those organs. So magnesium is another one. So the first, the most efficient vitamin that there is vitamin D. Vitamin D, we test here, we see it. I'm going to say 80% of our patients the first time I test, and that's probably a conservative number, are low in vitamin D. Second one is magnesium. But there's so many kinds. What do we take? I'll go into that. And then B12, we need that for our nerves, but we need that for energy. So I'm going to dive right into the supplements that your body can support and help you burn the fat. Like I said, different types of magnesium. Magnesium glycinate helps with insulin resistance, but it helps you sleep. Magnesium glycinate. It's not the one that makes you poop. That's magnesium citrate. So if you have a problem pooping, take the magnesium citrate at night before bed until you have diarrhea, and then you know to back off. So people are like, how much do you take? Depends on your body and how much you need, because everyone's depleted. I will go into, so DFH is Designs for Health. It's the brand that we have now partnered with. We have 2 different main companies that we are partnering with, but Designs for Health has a product called Thermal EFX. That product is like our old, we used to have something called eBurn and eHunger. So it's replacing those products. But satiety, what is satiety?
Satisfaction.
Yes, you feel full, you're full. So it promotes that, and that's what the GLPs are doing, the drugs are doing. They're suppressing, and they're making you think you are full. So then you eat less calories, and then you burn more. It supports metabolic rate. That means your metabolism, your fat metabolism, your appetite, because you feel full. And it stimulates body fat burning. Berberine. Wow, berberine is a plant. There is so much research right now about berberine. So many good things about berberine. But you have to take a lot of it. You have to take 1,500 milligrams. So they say, all right, 500 milligrams 2 to 3 times a day. But the research out there is about 1,500 milligrams. You have to do it for 90 days. You have to get it in your system before you'll start seeing a change. Probiotics. Again, I'm going into the gut, but I'm also going to talk about something you probably have not heard. It's called Akkermansia. Akkermansia is a type of probiotic. They found it recently. I'm talking within the last 10 years recently, this probiotic. They actually found it in a cave, and I don't know where. And it's a plant. It's actually, the genus is more plant-based, but it has been showing that it acts like a GLP-1, that it's helping the gut feel full. That's what Akkermansia is doing. Of course, I'm going to talk about D3 with K, because you're here, and I always talk about D3 with K. Vitamin D, 900 functions of our body. 900. Vitamin D is actually, there's receptors on every cell of every immune cell of our body has vitamin D receptors. So when people were getting sick during COVID, what were they finding? Those people had very low vitamin D. And they were sicker longer, difficult to recover. And like I said, that's the #1 deficiency is vitamin D. But vitamin D, we need for our brain. Depression, D. If you don't have enough D, there's going to be brain issues and cognitive issues as well. Now, you can't just take vitamin D by itself. Why?
Body doesn't absorb it.
The body doesn't absorb it, yes. So it actually leaches the calcium out of your bones when you just take D3 by itself. And then you have calcium floating around. If calcium's floating around in your blood, what does that cause? What are these organs right here?
Kidneys.
Causes kidney stones.
Oh.
Oh, you don't want kidney stones. That's from what I hear. I never had them, don't want them. No, don't want them. So that's why you have to partner the D3 with K. But what does a medical doctor do? Oh, your vitamin D is really low. Let's put you on 50,000 once a week. But they don't add K. So then your body's still not absorbing it. And then they test and they're like, well, this isn't working. Yeah, it's not going to work because you need the K. If you're on a blood thinner, then no, you can't take K, unfortunately. Vitamin K is our blood clotting vitamin. So they don't want your blood to clot when you're on a blood thinner, so that's why you can't take K if you're on a blood thinner. Water. How much water should you drink? A lot?
64 ounces.
It says 64. I'm being nice. So what you're supposed to do is take your body weight. You have that number in your head. You divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking.
I'll need a catheter.
You'll be going to the bathroom. No, actually, I thought, and it might be in there. I have a book called The Many Cries of Water. And all the diseases and conditions, I'm not going to say diseases, but conditions that arise when you're not drinking enough water. The first one is high blood pressure. So if your blood is thick, your heart has to pump harder to push it. So then your blood pressure is going to be higher because it has to pump harder. When the simple solution is drink more water. Like I said, I have so many articles. Can chronic dehydration age you more quickly? Yes, yes. And people ask, how do you look so young? Thank you. I drink a boatload of water every day, and I have. Now, when we mature, there is a chemical in our brain that gets depleted, many things get depleted, that doesn't tell our body that we're thirsty anymore. So if you are not in the habit of drinking water, if that is not part of your routine, your brain's not telling you you're dehydrated until it's way too late. And so if you haven't made the habit now, by the time you get there, that's chronic dehydration. And I mean, we're talking years. My mom had chronic dehydration. Did not drink water, did not drink water. She had terrible blood pressure, terrible, but she also smoked for 65 years, and she had kidney issues. So the smoking caused aneurysms in her stomach, and she had surgery. Well, it was right where her kidneys were. Kidneys control the blood pressure. Yeah. Again, if you're dehydrated, your blood pressure is going to be higher. It's going to be higher. Now, this was new to me. I found out something new about water. You should take a pinch of Celtic sea salt before you drink water. Yeah? Because then your cells are ready to receive it. Just a pinch.
You mean on your tongue or?
Yep. Yep, and it just dissolves, and then your cells are ready to receive the water. That was new to me. That was recent I found that out. The other thing, as I have been reading through this amazing book, and it's back on Amazon. They did take it off for a while. Barbara O'Neill Sustained Me. Great book. When should you drink water?
30 minutes before and 2 hours after.
I worked. 30 minutes before your meal. So you know you go to a restaurant, and what's the first thing they do?
Give you water.
Can I take your drink order?
Yeah.
You should not drink when you're eating, because it dilutes the gastric enzymes. And so then your body gets the food, it's into the stomach, but now it's been diluted with the fluids, and it can't break down the food. So acid reflux, gut issues. So you should drink your water 30 minutes before, like a full glass of water. That's going to make you feel full. You're going to eat less food. and then an hour and a half to 2 hours after you eat. I just started doing this. So then what's happening, I don't get up at night to go to the bathroom because I'm really not drinking after dinner. I'm not doing a whole lot of drinking after dinner. Endotrin, that helps insulin and leptin. So leptin is the hormone that controls appetite. Ghrelin, Ghrelin, tells your body that you are hungry. We're going to, again, get more deeper into this. Endotrin converts the fat into energy, and that energy helps your brain, helps your body be energetic. And then those that suffer from the sweet tooth, do we have some of those? There are 2 different Glucose Supreme herbal and gummies. The gummies you would like. It has something called allulose. Allulose is the sugar that you get in raisins, in plums, in figs. Thank you. I was like, they're little. They're coming out soon. So it is very small quantities, but it actually helps heal your gut. It's a sweetener, and so does not raise your blood sugars. Awesome. And the company Designs for Health have created gummy, and they are terrific. They are, right? They're tasty, yes. So you would take them before any sugary or carb meals. So your blood sugars don't go choo and then down again. So that is the herbal or the capsules. I take the capsules if I'm going to be eating rice or gluten-free bread, any carbs. I will take the herbals.
Yeah, the last one you just talked about, if my husband's a diabetic, that would be good for him.
Oh, that would be great.
Good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's got those sugar cravings. Now there's something going on with the sugar cravings. What ends up happening when we have those sugar cravings, typically there's a lot of candida in the system. There's yeast. So you're craving it. You're craving because you're full of yeast. We actually do testing on that to determine if there's a lot of yeast growing in there. We got to kill the yeast because it's systemic throughout the whole system. But that would cause sugar cravings. And then habits, right? What do we do? I have been good because I was away, and all the desserts they had were not gluten-free, and they had ice cream, and I cannot do ice cream because dairy just kills me. But I haven't had any sweets in a week and a half. But, you know, after dinner, what do we want? A piece of chocolate. We just want a piece of dark chocolate, right? I know. Haven't had it. So let's talk about the book, Sustain Me, which was really neat. So Barbara O'Neill is a naturopathic doctor in Australia. She has not a clinic, what do you call it? A retreat, a place in Australia that she was healing people of everything with natural ways. And so just like the United States, the Australian government shut her down. So she cannot practice anymore. So what does she do? She writes books and she travels and speaks. An amazing lady. So the weighing up to weight loss. She talks about, and she has chiropractic in here, but she has the Sustain Me principles. Talks about sunlight, talks about our sleep. This is where we're going to get into. But the body does not fail, it responds. Everything that happens to us, we're responding to our environment. So every symptom is a message. When we give the body what it needs, pure water, sunlight, whole food, rest, fresh air, it knows how to heal. Now, she does not have a healthy nervous system in there, so of course I am saying a healthy nervous system. Communication between brain and body, that it knows how to heal. So these are her principles. Eat only when hungry. So if it's 6 o'clock and you're not hungry, should you eat? No. Let your body signal you when you're hungry. of course, unprocessed, whole foods. Great time of year to get out there and get to the farmers markets and eat real food. Now, don't know if any of you saw, Cisco bought out these small little companies that provide food to the, like the small restaurants. So now Cisco is in everything. You think Cisco has processed foods? Just a little. Eliminate. I'm going to tell you, when you get over the craving of sugar and you don't put it back in, it's gone. It really is gone. It's just pushing through the hard part and getting there. So obviously not buying it, not having it in your home. I don't do the shopping in my home. My husband does. So it's in my home. But you saw, I mean, if you're getting your snacks, I'm gluten-free. And I think a lot of people would need to be gluten-free, but there are snacks there because I know people like their snacks. But Food Lion has the gluten-free brownies individually wrapped. So if you gotta get that fruit, do it. I'm gonna tell you, do it in the morning. Have that for breakfast. So then it'll be burned off by the evening. Because if you eat before bed, what happens? It turns to fat. That's what it does. I'm gonna give you tools and tips on what to eat before bed. Support digestion. How many chews should you have till you get to the Tootsie Roll, right? How many legs? It should be mush, not 3 bites. I know, we don't chew enough. And that activates the digestive enzymes in our mouth. We need to chew more instead of swallowing our food whole. And then it tells our brain tells our gut, we're full. The faster you eat, the more you're gonna eat, because your brain can't tell your gut that you were full. So then that's the overeating that happens. More water, obviously not with food. And then let's talk about mindful eating. Do you sit in front of the TV and eat? Some people do. I'm gonna tell you, if you do that, to put on a scene, a nature scene, and listen to music. Listen to Mozart, listen to soft jazz, listen to something that's calming. What that will do, it'll get your brain into its parasympathetic mode, into its calming mode. And that's what we need for digestion. We don't need to be running from a bear to digest. We need our system to be calm. So play that music, not 80s music, not rock, calming music, and watch your digestion change. I would be remiss, and again, this is going back to how we think. It's what we tell ourselves. What are we telling ourselves? We are all beautiful creatures that God created. We have to love us. We have to love who we are, where we are. And you look in the mirror and you say, oh, I don't like that. Your body tells you you don't like it. You have to love on those body parts we don't like. So, and you're telling yourself, remember Smalley, I forget the guy, like from Saturday Night Live.
And they look in the mirror.
I love myself, affirmations. Yes, I have affirmations all over my mirror. And I tell myself that I love myself. And so I'll say I don't like this. Well, then that's not going to like me. So I love my belly. I love my body. You have to tell yourself those things. So as a man thinketh, so is he. I know it sounds woo-woo, but it is so true. So true. And then rest as medicine. That's why I wanted you to breathe. So we're taking our 30-second time out. Feet on the floor. Start from our belly up through our neck. So breathe in Again, breathe in. And a third time, belly. And out. Bring life, oxygen, life. Rest, deep rest, mindful breathing, slow, deep breaths. So let's get into our sleep cycles. So I'm going to go back here because I don't want to keep turning around. So if we are sleeping less than 7, 8, now Barbara or Neil will say you go to bed when the sun goes down. Right? That's the way our circadian rhythms work, but that's not happening. You can, but then guess what time you're up? Right. But they say sleep between 9 and 5 or 10 and 6. That's our circadian rhythms. I see your face.
Trying to absorb it.
So the more hours you're awake, the more snacking opportunities there are, right? Right? Because we're looking for energy. Our body is looking for energy. So where do we find energy? Food. So then ghrelin. Ghrelin increases, and that's going to tell our body we're hungry. So we think we're hungry because we're not getting enough sleep. Then leptin is what tells us that we're full. That decreases, so then our fullness decreases. Stress. None of us are under stress at all, right? So then our stress is going to affect how much we eat. And then our energy is a tiny bit. So then we're going to increase our calories, just like I said. And then our cortisol goes crazy. It's up, it's down, it's who knows. And that creates insulin sensitivity. And then that's the roller coaster. Up, down, up, down, up, down. You think you're doing good and then you're not. And then it's all over the place. And then what do we crave?
Sugar.
Yeah, carbs. Sugar is the worst drug there is out there. It is more highly addictive than crack cocaine. Sugar. So crack cocaine only works on some of the brain pleasure cells. Sugar works on all the brain pleasure cells. So that's why we like it so much. But there's no nutrients. And then it's the spike up and down, up and down, up and down. And then that feeds the yeast. And the yeast causes issues. And then if we eat late, it's all here, and here, and here. Yes. How do you support your sleep? Dark room. If you have a clock, you cover it. Dark room. Should you have your phone in your room?
No.
No. No blue lights. No blue lights. Get off your phone, your TV. I'm saying 30 to 60, she says 60. Everything says 60 minutes before you go to bed. So doing that mindful breathing, getting into that state of relaxation, parasympathetic, to get that deep sleep. I love that one, the room temperature. My husband does not. I freeze him out of our bedroom. I have it at 64. I have our bedroom at, I love it.
I like it too.
Love it. In the winter, I open up my window. It was 54 one morning. I did not want to get out of bed at 54. But it should, that is too cold. You can see your breath. The cats are huddled next to you. Don't want to. Yes. 60 to 67. A weighted blanket. They have been shown. I don't have a weighted blanket because I'm sweating. That it's comfort. It's on your body. It's bringing comfort. Our exposure to sunlight affects our sleep. So she talks a lot about this. Dr. McCullough talks a lot about this. Getting out within the first 30 minutes of the day. Getting outside. First, you want to ground, get your feet in the ground, so on the earth, get the energy of the earth. But seeing the sun with your eyes and having that sunlight. So what do we do in the winter? Right? Sad, seasonal,
Effectiveness.
thank you, disorder. So I have a light over there. It's a luminescent light that mimics the sun. I have this in my bathroom. So I have it on me. So I'm getting the same effects without the radiation, like my eyes would be seeing the sun. Now in the beginning, in the morning, you should not wear sunglasses. Oh, my eyes are so sensitive. Like but you should keep the eyes open. You're not looking directly at the sun, but just to get that input, because that sets our circadian rhythms. Getting outside. Exercise. You know you are good. I was going to talk about exercise. Hit high intensity interval training, 30 minutes. So it's fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. So many different videos that are on YouTube to get that. I know if your body can't do that, then yoga, just movement, Tai Chi, getting the body movement into it. Snacking. 2 hours before bed. I'm going to get into what you can snack on. But because you don't want to be digesting your food when you sleep, because that's going to disrupt your sleep. So that's why 2 hours before bed. So if you're in bed at 10, 8 o'clock's the cutoff. 8 o'clock's the cutoff. And going to bed and waking up at the same time. Did not do that, sorry, last night. And on weekend. Doing the same routine on the weekends as you do during the week. What foods? Avocado. Excellent. Excellent for your body. Just avocado. So guacamole. If you don't like just plain avocado, do guacamole. And I forgot to buy that. Almonds. They help with tryptophan.
Yeah.
The turkey thing, right? What happens after you eat a lot of turkey?
Okay.
It was Thanksgiving. You fall asleep. And magnesium. Tart cherries. They have it as a drink, so drinking that before bed. It's yes, it is expensive, yes. It's melatonin, it's producing natural melatonin.
Regular cherries or
Tart
Tart.
cherries. They have more of the antioxidants, they have more, the chamomile tea. So, sleepy time tea, all of those herbs that are going to calm the system. Valerian, lemon balm. Eggs. It's like, we love eggs. Tryptophan and vitamin B6, which then does serotonin, which is our relaxing hormone. And pistachios. I knew this, but they have to be the shelled. I don't know why.
They have to be what?
The shelled?
Yeah,
Not-
shell them. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. I don't know why. I guess because when they unshell them, they're processed. I don't know. But they say the shelled. So yeah, so that could be a calming thing to do before bed, and you're cracking open your pistachio.
you're 15%.
A calming thing. Yeah, then they're all over the bed, and you're rolling on the shells.
Now, are those salted or plain? I mean, it's hard to find them plain.
It is hard to find them
I
plain.
know,
Yes,
I've been
yes,
looking.
yes.
Trader
They have
Joe's.
lightly salted.
But we don't
They
have
have
one.
lightly salted. Now, I'm going to tell you, you need to get tested to find out where is your cortisol and where's your melatonin. So I did this test. My mom, 6 years ago. So my story, my parents lived in Hawaii, and they lived there for 26 years. In January of 2020, my dad goes to mow the lawn, and he had a stroke and died instantly in the garage. My mom, who I told you smoked, was addicted to painkillers. She was addicted to Oxycontin and all those. And so all she did was sleep all day. She didn't find out until 8 hours later. So my dad was the healthy one. My dad played golf. He worked out, he didn't smoke, all of that. My dad was a healthy one. I spoke to him twice the day before. They were coming to visit the next week. And I get the call, it is 6 hours later, because it's a 6-hour time difference, that my dad said. And I'm like, you're kidding, right? It's like, of course, in shock. And so, January of 2020, what happened after that? COVID. The world shut down. So my mom was in Hawaii by herself. Now my brother lives in Hawaii, but no help medically, no help. So mom addicted to opioids, and she is now by herself, and she relied on my dad to do everything for her. You think my stress level was a little high. So what I'm doing on this side of the world was calling everyone on that side of the world to help my mom. Well, that was January, January, March, the world shut down, and over the next couple of months, she couldn't get to the doctor because everyone's dealing with COVID. My mom weaned off of opioids, not knowing she was doing that because she couldn't get the opioids anymore. So I listened to my mom on the phone, dry heaving, because she was actually literally weaning off of the opioids. She ended up having a stroke. So this was in September. It took me 8 weeks to get Meals on Wheels in Hawaii, as I'm here, 6-hour time difference. So after I would work, I'd call Hawaii to get Meals on Wheels for her, because my brother would give her roast beef sandwiches for dinner. That's what we'd stop buying her roast beef sandwiches. Yeah. So she had a stroke. And then at that point, this was like September, October, she says, when are you coming to get me? Because I kept saying, I want to come and get you. And she's like, no, I'm good. Yeah, right. I said, well, as soon as Hawaii opens up. Well, it didn't open up until Thanksgiving, until November. The planes finally, I could get there without being frisked and quarantined and all that. So I was able to get there, packed up our whole entire house. Yes, by myself. No, my brother didn't help. He lived there. Didn't do a thing. Knew nobody, but got these Samoan guys to take the stuff away, got the dumpsters, did all of that. Was there 2 weeks, got her on a plane, and she came here. So I think she was a little bit depressed, and I was a little stressed. You think my cortisol and melatonin were weird. They were crazy. So I did a test. And actually, it looked like, no, it didn't look like this. My cortisol never hit normal. So cortisol is the hormone that gives us energy. It's our fight or flight. It's like, but when you have been stressed for so long, there's no longer. It doesn't exist anymore. Mine didn't exist. My melatonin was like that first thing in the morning. I was like a baby. I was like, could not wake up in the morning. Took me forever to get out of bed in the morning, but I was wired and tired at night. And that's what it should, is wired and tired. Because everything was all flipped. And my adrenals were burnt. They just didn't produce any more cortisol. So it took me a year. And now, 2 years ago, my mom passed. It was her choice of decisions she made in her life that led her down for her passing, kidney failure, all of that. And so it's been a 2-year journey. I have not done another one of these tests because I'm afraid to, because I don't know what it looks like. But I can tell you it's much better. I do wake up in the morning now. I am alive in the morning. It's not, I'm dragging and needing to take, and I don't take caffeine, so I'm taking all my supplements. I don't do coffee. I don't do caffeine. I know. Crazy. How do I do that? I don't know. So knowing what you look like is so important. This is actually a urine test. So you don't have to, some of them you spit in a tube 4 times a day. This is your urine test you do 4 times in a day. And it shows where your cortisol is, where your melatonin is, if you have sleep issues. Now, it's a $50 discount. If you say, I want to get that test, we will discount it $50. And then I write a whole report and give you that whole entire report to say, this is where you are, this is how we can change it, this is what we can do to change that. The magic in new beginnings is truly the most powerful of them all. We reinvent ourselves every day, don't we? We can reinvent ourselves every day. And that's pretty cool, that God gives us that opportunity to reinvent ourselves, who we want to be today. We just went to a seminar in Clearwater, Florida, that I was a speaker at. I was one of 6 speakers, so it was a privilege to be asked. But I talked about nutrition, putting it into a chiropractic practice. It was Lady League of Chiropractic Women is the group. And so I talked about, a lot of the speakers were talking about how we can reframe what we say to ourselves, how we reframe. You know, you see an impossible dream, you're like, I'll never do that. You're right, you'll never do that. Instead of saying, I'll never do that, what would happen if that was possible? And how different that would look. So, glass half full, glass half empty. Now, you have this sheet. Yes, there's a lot of information. That's why I gave you this sheet. Because you go, where do I start? What do I do? Strategic plan to wellness. What do you start? Start by eliminating the sugar. Really. If you need the allulose gummies to eliminate the sugar, please do that. Seed oils, hydrating, the things we had talked about. I know 64 ounces seems like a whole lot, but start off with half. If you only have 2 glasses of water a day, just double it. Drink 4 glasses of water. Because 64 can seem like, really? Just double what you have. And I say put a picture on your counter of 32 ounces and say, I'm going to drink this today. Just start there, a picture of 32 ounces. So you get your body in that habit. Magnesium, everyone should be on D3 with K. I'm talking to the choir here, you should all be on D3 with K. And the probiotic. Sun exposure, after waking, get to bed by 10. I'm talking to myself. I do my best work at night. Now my brain starts shutting down. Honor rest as medicine. Find out where your hormones are. Find out what your stress levels are. If your adrenals are actually working. Weeks 3 and 4 are gut healing, and now putting in the good things, fermented foods. That's why we have some of that over there. Adding the berberine. If you're sugar craving, putting that glucose supreme. Grains and fibers, great time to get them because all the farmers markets, they get them from local growers. Reduce grains. Reduce your corn, your rice, your wheat. Thank you, there's the main one. And then you can do the intermittent fasting. I really did not go down that road. We can talk about that at a later time. So you're eating between 12 and 6 or 11 and 5. You're eating in that frame and then you're fasting. But you have to do something else. You can't just starve yourself. You have to have those the thermo, the endotrim, to help burn during that time frame. Movement. Evaluate sleep based on your test results. And herbal tea instead of sugary snacks. If you really are craving, put grapes, organic grapes, and Food Lion has organic grapes, $1.99 right now. The same as regular grapes, so get the organic grapes. That's what's here. Put them in the freezer and pop them in. That's a nice sugary treats. Grapes, frozen grapes. And then 7 to 8, everything in place, and we'll help you with walking through that. Yes, it's an emotional thing, and it's a personal thing, our weight, but you have support. We're not here to judge. We're here to support you, lift you up, and help you along that journey. We're doing that with your spine and your nervous system. I want to help you with the things that you struggle with. And people are struggling. They're just frustrated beyond belief and just struggling with the things that no one else is helping them with. Yes, I have patients, I tell them that are unable to lose any weight, it's okay to take the shots. I tell them that. I have a lady right now. She needed permission to do that. She has been the most diligent person about doing everything. And sometimes you need to just jumpstart the system. You just need something to get you through. She's been on, not Ozempic, but one of them. I forget, it's not Wegovy.
Tirzepatide?
Yeah, I don't remember, one of them. And she's lost 20 pounds, and she hasn't been able to do that since she had her hysterectomy, which was like 7 years ago. She's just gained since she had her hysterectomy. So I said, and she feels better about herself. Obviously, you gotta, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up, it's okay. It's just not long term. So once she is into a better state, we will wean her off of that.
Can you do that? I mean, I hear that.
Yes, because you have no support.
Once you start, you can't stop.
No, you can. You can.
That's good to hear.
Yep, because you have to have the support though. You have to replace it with something else. You have to. And setting goals, 3-month goal, 6-month goals. We're not looking at a year, we're looking at small goals to get there and hitting those benchmarks. I want to talk about gratitude. I've done a whole class on that, of gratitude. You should have a gratitude journal by your bed. You should have a journal right by your bed, and right before you go to bed, write 3 things you're grateful for that day. I've been doing this, gosh, like 5 years. I have so many journals. And I love it because I go back.
It's the best.
And I read it, and I start crying, and I'm like, oh, that person in my life at that time. It's so beautiful to read it and have that gratitude journal. So I'll go back to the journal of 6 years ago when my dad passed, and in it the night before, I spoke to my dad, getting excited to see them. And so I'll go there and I'll read that, and then, because I had put it in that night. So just having that. Sorry.
It's okay.
And so it's just a beautiful thing. It gets us into that place of being grateful for who we are, grateful for how God made us, and for everything around us. And then we look for it. As you start, because you don't want to keep writing the same thing, grateful for the sunrise, you start looking and you see more. And that changes our world. What is I see trees of green. Da, 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 da. Yes. So I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I love this quote from Pablo Picasso. Action is the foundational key to all success. It's taking that step. Because if you have information, you don't do anything with it, what is it? Nothing.
Useless.
Useless, right. It just collects dots. I have that. I mean, I have how many seminars I've been through over the years and how much stuff I have written. I have it in my goals to go through those books, to look at that. But this past weekend, I've looked at my little orange book 3 times already from the things I learned from the ladies that spoke this weekend, and have already started implementing. And then my staff tells me I'm doing too much. They told me that yesterday.
I'm only one here.
No, the other staff did too.
I said it first though.
You do too much.
I said, are you sure?
Somebody's got to take care of you.
Yes.
I do. And that's what I got out of this weekend. Really, giving myself permission to have joy, number 1. And allowing myself to do those things that give me joy.